This, of course, has got to do with Elon Musk, who's now taken charge of Twitter after having purchased the company for a jaw-dropping $44 billion. Is the company actually even worth that much? This, of course, is something that will be debated in the days to come. But what Elon Musk has now done is that he has started off by cost-cutting. And the way he's gone about cost-cutting is by sacking employees of Twitter. The microblogging site has started sending out emails to its employees about whether they have been laid out or not. The process that Twitter has now resorted to is fairly simple. Believe it or not, this is how Twitter has gone about it. It's almost like a game that you'd witnessed at a party. So if there is an email on an employee's work account, this means that the employee is still with Twitter and still has a job. But if there is a notification that an employee sees on his private email ID and is not able to log on to his official email ID, then that means that employee has lost his or her job. And according to reports, Twitter has laid off nearly about 50% of the workforce, which is roughly as many as about 3,700 employees. Now, taking to Twitter, Elon Musk wrote that the company has no choice when it is losing $4 million per day. He also further said that those who have been sacked have been offered 3 months of severance, which is about 50% more than what is legally required. Moreover, as the news about the layoffs came to the surface, the American President Joe Biden has in fact come forward and said that Twitter spews out lies across the world. The statement made by the US President comes as the country is heading to its midterm elections on the 8th of November. While layoffs sweep through the company, many major advertisers of Twitter have also distanced themselves from the platform. The companies include the likes of General Mills and Volkswagen. The move taken by these companies, of course, comes amidst growing fears that misinformation and hate speech will now be allowed to proliferate on the platform under Elon Musk's leadership. Meanwhile, Musk has directly challenged the activist investors during a conference in New York. Listen to what he had to say.
Activist groups have been successful in causing a massive drop in Twitter advertising revenue, and we've done our absolute best to appease them, and nothing is working. So this is a major concern, and I think this is frankly an attack on the First Amendment. If activist groups can pressure advertisers upon which Twitter is fundamentally dependent to, suppress free speech, then that doesn't seem right.
Now, the problems for the world's richest man don't just end there. There are bigger problems that Elon Musk is now staring at. Remember, ever since Elon Musk announced his bid to purchase Twitter, the shares of Tesla Motors are down by almost about 35%. If you recall, Musk had announced that he would be buying Twitter on the 25th of April. And on the 25th of April earlier this year, the Tesla shares had closed at about $333 per share. But on Friday, the shares have closed at a price of $207 per share. That's how badly the share prices have in fact dipped for Tesla. All right, now to give us more insights in terms of how all of this, of course, is likely to play out, and can Elon Musk actually turn Twitter profitable? That, of course, is something that Elon Musk could be scratching his head on. We're being joined by Adrian Mars, who's a tech journalist, who's joining us live from London. Now, Adrian Mars, thank you very much indeed for speaking to us here on WION. Now, this, of course, is a huge problem that Elon Musk is, of course, staring at. Tell us a bit about the economics of what Elon Musk has got into. How much money is he saving by sacking these employees? And by the controversy that he's generated, he's also has driven away, it appears, a lot of the advertisers. So is Twitter and is Elon Musk in deep financial soup?
Well, we don't know exactly how much he's saving because we don't know the distribution of employees that he sacked, whether it's the ones that cost him more or it's roughly across the board. His wage bill is roughly Twitter's wage bill is roughly 1.6 billion a year. So given he's got rid of half of them, he should in theory be saving around 800 million a year. That's not enough to stem the losses, and a lot of those people will have been employed in There'll be programmers who are dealing with moderation and algorithms that spot the things that stop Twitter becoming too toxic a place to exist. So that actually, in the long run, may well make things a lot worse. Certainly, advertisers are temporarily not advertising. Whether that pans out in the long term, we don't know. There has been a massive increase in sort of toxic language.
Right.
As soon as the takeover was announced, we saw data miners said that they saw a 1,300% increase in a particular racial slur that begins with N, used over Twitter. At its peak, that was appearing 170 times every 5 minutes. And that goes that's just representative.
Adrian, if I can just interrupt you there.
Happened.
A lot of people who are on Twitter, they would say that Twitter is already a very toxic place. Joe Biden, the American president, has accused Twitter of being a company that has in fact spread a lot of falsehoods already, even before Elon Musk has taken over this company. Do you think that Twitter will become even more toxic? Will it become, one of those social media sites that spreads even more fake news? Because irrespective of which social media site that you get onto, whether it's Twitter or Facebook or any other, or WhatsApp, for instance, fake news and hate speech proliferates. Do you think this is now going to get worse on Twitter?
Well, if we take Elon Musk at his word and those sackings have that effect, then yes. But on the other hand, he's not a fool. He knows that he's got to keep the advertisers sweet, even though he previously tweeted and then deleted the ad that he doesn't really want advertising on Twitter. But that tweet was deleted because he needs them. You can't get rid of the advertisers. So the indications are that it will get worse. But the advertisers are all holding back for a week or maybe a little bit more. If it gets worse, they'll stay off the platform because they don't want their adverts next to in a toxic environment. It doesn't do their brand any good at all. So there's that pressure. There's also the pressure of heavily moderating. Mm-hmm. So Musk has said that he wants to set up a council, which is the same thing that Facebook did, owned by Meta.
Right.
And that hasn't had a huge effect on how he runs it, but it would insulate him to some extent from the major moderation decisions.
Absolutely, indeed. I'll have to interrupt you, Adrian, because we are completely out of time. Thank you very much indeed for joining us and getting us all those insights from London there. This, of course, is a topic that we will continue to talk about and debate in the days to come. Is Twitter likely to get better, or will it get toxic in the days to come? And can Elon Musk turn this company profitable and make a buck on the $44 billion that he has invested in this company? That, of course, is something that remains to be seen. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.